most important decision the next school board will make is hiring of the next superintendent. How will you go about making that decision? What characteristics are important in a new superintendent? And what should that process look like?
Well, the first comment I would have about that is while the hiring of the next superintendent will be the most important decision of this next school board, it's not the most important thing about the school board race. The most important thing about the school board race is making sure, as we have an opportunity in 4 races in this town, to make sure that we elect people of character and integrity, who we can trust when the time comes to make a major decision, like hiring a superintendent. We can trust that they will do their best to do that. I had a conversation with a former principal the other day who said that he constantly received compliments about the custodian in his building while he was a principal. And he said the reason that I received those compliments was because my custodian was a man of character. So he was going to do a good job. It didn't matter if he was sweeping floors or if he were building rockets. He was going to do the best job he could do. And so as far as I'm concerned, that's the most important thing about the school board race, is the community has an opportunity to see some change in that regard. As far as the superintendent and what we might be looking for, I've said this before at other forums, it's a very unique position. It's not going to be an easy decision. And we have to look for someone, first and foremost, who's a leader. And I hope that we can find someone who's sympathetic and empathetic to educators. But the reality is we may have to look outside of that arena to go get the leader that we need. I've said this before also. I have twice as much education as our past superintendent had. But there was nothing in my education or my training to prepare me to deal with a $400 million budget, to prepare me to deal with the logistics of moving, in theory, 43,000 students around the district. Now, they don't all ride a bus, but they could if they wanted to. Dealing with a human resources department. So, while it would be nice to have an educator again, to do that, you're probably going to have to go to another system that has very similar demographics to what we have and similar budget to what we have. But outside of that, we need to be willing to look outside the box to go find that leader who is also willing to be here for the long haul. This is not going to be a quick fix. It's going to take us a while to get out of this. It's going to take us 10 to 15 years. And as I've mentioned before in other places, that's not popular in our society. We want things when we want them, and we want them now. And it's taken us a while to get into this hole. It's going to take us a while to get the arrow going in a better direction. So those are my thoughts on that as far as the superintendent.
Thank you. Same question. It's up to you.
I think I'm loud enough. If I'm not, please raise your hand.
Yeah, can you use the mic
Sure.
on the Facebook Live?
Sure.
Online.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, the hiring of the superintendent is going to be one of the most difficult things that we've ever had, the most difficult challenge in finding the perfect fit for the job. We know this job needs a lot of different facets. It needs dedication, it needs intelligence, it needs perseverance, it needs the ability to manage a $417 million budget. This is a person that is going to have some superhero powers, I do believe, and it's going to take us a while to find him. He's not just around the block, he might not even be in this state. But we are currently working on finding the RFQs, or doing RFQs to find companies, to find those people that could potentially be candidates for the job. If you looked at Cleveland City Schools, a small school district, they had 23 applicants in their pool. So with a system this large, we might be looking at even more than that. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of perseverance, and we're just going to have to be real patient because this is not going to happen in 3 months. I know we'd all like to see it before the school year starts, but it's not going to happen. The reality is it's going to take some time. I'm looking for somebody who has business management skills, who has empathy for teachers and students, who has some background in education, great managerial skills, most of all, really, really good communication skills. I think what happened with the previous superintendent was the communication skills fell off. It fell off the track. And that was what led to the demise of the superintendent. We can't let that happen again. When things happen, we have to know about it. I don't want to hear about it from the press. I want to hear about it from my superintendent. So we have a lot of work to do, a lot of things to facet out, and I do believe in the end of the process, we will find somebody that's capable and accountable to everybody that's a student, a parent, or a teacher in Hamilton County. Thank you.